Welcome everyone to this webinar. My name is Gina, or Jay Radha, and I'm a Pillai Center teacher. Been studying with Dr. Pillai for over 18 years. And during that time, he has blessed us with so many great teachings about Ganesha, how to connect with Ganesha, and what you can do to build a relationship and a daily practice that brings you closer to this archetype. So who is this archetype? This archetype, Ganesha, is a form of, Dr. Pillai says he comes from a different galaxy, right? And that he's the head of the angels. He's the leader of the angels. And this being can help us to remove obstacles in our life. And so when Dr. Pillai used to say that, it would make me curious, okay, what does that mean? Okay, an obstacle is something that's in your way when trying to get from point A to point B. So if you're trying to drive from home to work and there's an accident, that's an obstacle, right? So where in your life are there obstacles that you would like to be removed? And this is where you call upon Ganesha. This is where you call him into action, because we can't get to our destination if there are obstacles. And if our destination is enlightenment or material abundance or really wonderful relationships, then our obstacles are whatever's blocking us. Our karma, most likely, right? Our thought patterns, and those are internal, right? So Dr. Pillai also says he'll remove obstacles that are internal. So where internally are we creating our obstacles? And by the way, they're all internal. And then externally, are there people? And then these, the forms that become external obstacles are really our internal consciousness that has manifest outwardly, because we're that powerful. So perhaps obstacles in your pathway to those things that I mentioned are, they look like a living situation, or people that or kind of always trying to get in your way. Money, right? And lack of money, things like that. So in order to make this teaching really more potent for you, I want you to ask yourself those questions. Where are your obstacles that you really want to be removed? Because until we really know and we call upon Ganesha, we can definitely ask him generally, please remove all these things. And then another prayer that Dr. Pillai says is remove the obstacles that are seen and unseen. So even though I know some of them, but then there's some I don't know, obstacles that haven't even appeared yet, right? So those are, that's why we want to think of specifically what will make our experience with Ganesha even that much more potent, okay? So, and why are we talking about this right now? Well, Ganesha's biggest power time of the entire year is coming up in September 12th in the US and 13th in India. So we want to prepare for that. This is his biggest day. So imagine, you want to do something that's going to make the biggest impact, right? You want to do it on what we call power times, the power time where the energy is just opened up such that we receive as much of the efficiency of whatever we're doing, whether it's a prayer to Ganesha or rituals that we've ordered, that we receive the maximum benefit. And that day is Ganesha's birthday. So I'd never miss purchasing all of my things at Pillai Center for the clay Ganeshas, the coconut breaking, the rituals, all of that, and then definitely doing stuff at home, making it as elaborate as you possibly can, because he's so important, right? He's one of the most lovable gods, right? He looks, he's very inviting. He's extremely popular. Most people know who Ganesha is, and maybe not other Hindu gods or goddesses. So he's got a lot going for him. And he's definitely someone Dr. Pillai talks about quite a bit. As you know, like we have many different Ganesha courses, and there's a lot of videos actually on YouTube. So I'll get to how to prepare for Ganesha a little bit as well. So first, we have 3 points to cover today: how to connect with him, creating your daily practice, a few secrets about his mantra or password, and then the fourth, obviously, overall is preparing for the birthday that's coming up. So how to connect with him? How to connect with any deity or being, whether it's Jesus, Dr. Pillai, Isis, Lord Shiva, whoever the the being or archetype that you're wanting to connect with, is to think of them as your friend, right? What do you do with friends or relatives in order to stay in touch, in order to have a better relationship? You talk to them, right? You want to make them feel wanted. You invite them into your life in a variety of ways. Perhaps you would call your friends, you go out for dinner, right? So with Ganesha, it's the same thing. You're engaging with him. You are calling upon him. So when you call on him, you are asking him to come be with you. So calling on him is to use his name, Ganesha, or Ganapati, or his mantra and his we call it the secret password, and that's GUM, G-U-M. So you can simply chant GUM over and over as his seed sound in order to get him to kind of internalize and build his consciousness within you more so. Because as we know, our internal consciousness creates our external consciousness. So the more you're asking and calling upon Ganesha, the more he's coming into literally your consciousness, literally the cells in your body. So how do you connect with him? You call on him, just like you call your friends. And then what you'll want to do is talk to him. So Dr. Pillai has mentioned before, if you want to connect with whether it's the Holy Spirit or Ganesha, to speak to them. So, if you talk to yourself all day long, start talking to Ganesha, right? Oh, Ganesha, what should I do about this? And then just see if you hear any responses in your mind. See if there's anything that starts changing in your environment. So talk to him about anything. Tell him all your problems. Ask him how he's doing, right? And then there's that connection in terms of speaking with and building more like that friendship. And then there's the connection that comes with when you make offerings to him. So whether you have a picture or a statue, or you're doing these offerings at home, or whether you order them online through Pillai Center, then you're still making offerings to him. And when you do that, again, you're opening up his attention to you, right? So the other, like with your friends, you want them to remember you too, right? You want them to call you back. So when you connect with Ganesha, making offerings to him, we're hoping that that plants some seeds that he remembers us. And there is this reciprocal energy that Dr. Pillai says must happen when we make these offerings or do these ceremonies on behalf of the archetypes, that they reciprocate. And that's why we do them. One, we want to honor them because we love them. We want to make this heart connection. And two, we really want their attention because we need help, because we're helpless humans trying to get through life and having problems, right? So we're calling upon, and you can think of the different archetypes, and specifically Ganesha, as the types of friends that are good at certain things, right? So you will call upon Dr. Pillai as your special friend who can change your destiny, because he can. And then you call upon Ganesha as your special friend who can remove obstacles and clear karma. So those are ways in which you can connect with Ganesha. So one is to call out his name and his password. Two is to speak to him throughout the day. Just talk to him. Three is to make offerings to him, whether you're doing it at home or through remedies that you purchase. And four is if you have a little form of him, this one's a crystal Ganesha. If you have a form of Ganesha, you can hold him and keep him with you. Dr. Pillai said this a couple years ago when he was doing some more teachings on Ganesha, to keep the Ganesha, and it doesn't have to be the crystal one, it can be anyone, but you want it to be small enough that it can come with you everywhere you go. So that's another way to connect, because this 3D form has power, right? Just like we as humans are no longer in spirit form, we've come and take a body so that we can relate, do things, whatnot. When we have a statue, it takes the energy of the being and puts it into this form, and then we get to take it with us. Prayers to it, you can make offerings to it. So having a little statue or a form of Ganesha is very useful. And they're in the packages, the Pillai Center birthday packages, actually not the lowest one, not the essential, but enhanced and then Elite and Elite Plus all have statues, and one of them is the crystal Ganesha. And I just love this. This is my favorite little thing. So, so you'll want to get one of those if you don't have one already. And if you do, then you want to keep it with you and carry it. This lighting is just continuing to change because I'm at Lake Tahoe, actually. So, and trying to find a nice place to sit. So anyway, I apologize if there's strange lighting coming on my face. So part 2 is the daily practice. So really connecting with Ganesha brings you into that's the next part 2 of our of what we're talking about today, which is your daily practice, because your daily practice is going to be connecting with Ganesha every day. So we've covered that on how to connect with Ganesha. Do that every day. Guess what? It's your daily practice. And then the other part of your daily practice is to sit in meditation. So Dr. Pillai has given a lot of different meditation techniques for Ganesha. The one that you can do, which also kind of seeps into our secrets, which is part 3, is to use the password Om Gum, at the Muladhara, or the base chakra, right, your root chakra, and visualize orange, the color orange, and then chant Om Gum. Now you can also pull the energy from your base chakra all the way up your Sushumna, which is the energy line going from the base of your spine up through the top of your head, and allow the energy to come all the way up. Om Gum. And then just continue to do that. Bring your energy back down. Om Gum. All the way back down. Om Gum. All the way back down. So remember, you're thinking, you're imagining the color orange. This lighting is really bothering me. You're imagining the color orange, and you're chanting Om Gum, starting at the base of the spine, and then moving the energy all the way up through the Sushumna, through the top of the head. You can visualize Ganesha if that's something that you can do simultaneously. Otherwise, don't worry about that. Just be focusing on the Muladhara, the base chakra, and the sound and the color. Okay, so that's your daily practice. So the other part that we were touching upon is the secrets to Ganesha's password, and the password is Gum, right? Putting Om before Gum is very powerful because Om is the universal life force energy, right? That represents, it represents, Baba says, the sound represents the entire Godhead spiritual force. That's a lot, the entire Godhead spiritual force. So Om is immensely powerful. And of course, he also gave us the sound Om in order to prepare for, Guru Purnima, 2 months ago. So now we're just adding Gum, Om Gum, Gum. And you can do a longer version. If you know a longer version, then please, by all means. There's lots of different courses out there that have different mantras. So what's the secrets of Gum? One that I mentioned is that the sound for the Muladhara, the base of the spine. The other is the color. Dr. Pillai talks about the rich orange color that Ganesha really loves. The other Dr. Pillai recently mentioned just a month or so ago is that the Gum, the mantra, can protect your material life. So what's your material life? It's your housing, your car, the things you need to live, your job, everything that's materially, helping you on the planet. So Gum will help protect it. And then it will help you to not waste time. So 1 is protecting your spiritual life. 2 is to not waste time. Imagine if we didn't waste time. Just imagine for a minute. If you didn't waste time, what would your day look like? Like, how much more might you be able to get done? How much more might you be able to meditate? Right? What could you do with that time if you weren't wasting it? And I know that we don't oftentimes intentionally waste time, but it happens. And Dr. Pillai talks, kind of more privately, he's mentioned ways that you waste time. I think he might have mentioned it publicly too, but like going on the internet, just getting lost in videos or Facebook or social media of any sort. How much time do you spend in that arena that is unnecessary? Okay, and or it could be just, he talks about talking to friends, too much gossip, spending, he likes for us to have a balance, of course, to have some social, life, to be able to connect with people, but to not waste too much time, right? Not doing that all, doing that in excess. So those are a few ways that we waste time. So gum will help us to not waste time, and everyone needs to not waste time. Okay. So the other point of the mantra that I want to touch upon is bringing you in union with Ganesha, and that Ganesha will then do things for you, right? So when you're chanting gum, you become in that deep connection can occur, and maybe you don't even feel it at first, but just keep doing it and allow the mantra to be working. Allow this secret password to be opening up channels in you so that you have a better and deeper connection with Ganesha, so that he can then work through you, because he's like that. He's got magic, right? He's got this force field. He can do that. So starting and doing this practice of gum, whether you're feeling it or not, just continue to do this, especially through the birthday. And the birthday celebrations last 3 days. So we're really looking at, I think it's 12, 13, 14 in terms of the length of time. So you want to give yourself at least through September 15th to be really focused in on Ganesha and play with it. See what happens in your life. Like, what do you have to lose? Nothing. You're going to, if nothing changes, you have the same as you have now. And if something changes, then, oh my God, right? You have the blessings, which is grace, which is incredible. Okay, then what else was I going to say? Removing obstacles. So we already know that one, that gum will remove obstacles. If you're driving in traffic, or you're looking, practical applications. If you're driving in traffic or looking for a parking spot, gum can help. Or if you're having technology problems, gum can help. So keep it in mind. And then when problems arise that you can see, start chanting gum. Okay, so those were the top few secrets that Dr. Pillai recently mentioned about this mantra that I wanted to let everyone know about. And now we're going to talk about the preparation period. We've already talked about it because we've gotten this far in terms of what to do and how to connect. And so now it's about application and making sure we're ready for this big day. Now, I don't want to put any pressure on you or anything like that, but if you have, it's kind of like if there's this big birthday party happening, you want to make sure you're ready for it, whether, and it's a very, very, very important person in your life. You need to make sure you have a gift. You need to make sure, you get there on time. So there's different preparations, but we're going to do our internal preparation for Ganesha so that we can be totally open to him in order to receive the benefits. Excuse me. So how do you do that? Dr. Pillai has many different YouTube videos that he's done on Ganesha. I think there's a series of like 20 or so just in one playlist. He did one recently last week, which was called Don't Miss September 12th and 13th. And he even gave a mantra for that. He sang this beautiful mantra. And there's a way for you to download that mantra. You might already have it, but if not, our folks can post it on the chat below. But so you want to be watching the videos of Dr. Pillai. There are so many of them. Absorb them, right? Really take them seriously. Really take them inward. That's the main thing I wanted to tell you about preparing for it. In addition to the daily practice that you're starting, that we just went through, carrying your Ganesha around if you have him. If you do have one of these, you can pour milk over him and chant Om Gum or any mantra that you know of. There are several different courses that you can take if you'd like to really take it to the next step. So, and there's a new one that we just released, and it's called, I forget what it's called, Ganesha, but it's new and it's very inexpensive. It's like $27 or something. But in this, it's a webcast that Dr. Pillai did a few years ago, and he talks specifically about the importance of the birthday, why this particular day, which is the fourth moon, and gives a mantra and meditation for Ganesha's birthday. So that's something that you can take advantage of. There's the Ganesha Decoded, which is one of my favorite courses. It was recorded during Guru Purnima last year in 2017. Dr. Pillai, over the course of 2 full days, just downloaded this amazing information about a particular Ganesha mantra, which is quite long. And he goes into each syllable, which is why it's called Ganesha Decoded, because he goes into each syllable and what the power is behind that syllable. And the overall benefit of that particular mantra is to attract people, things, opportunities to you, where you are becoming irresistible to opportunities. And we all need that as well. There's the Warrior Ganesha, where Dr. Pillai gives more of the warrior aspect of Ganesha and how he can really be a destroyer, something that destroying the obstacles, destroying the negativity in your life. And there's another one that I can't remember. There's the first, Ganesha Consciousness, that's what it is. A Ganesha Consciousness program that Dr. Pillai did a couple years ago as well. And that brings you into Ganesha's consciousness, really introducing you to Ganesha, giving you several different techniques. So you have a few. Then, of course, Dr. Pillai is, in his infinite compassion, is doing a live video, I think it's going to be live, on Ganesha's birthday, of some new revelations that he's receiving from Ganesha. And it's only like $9 or $10, something like that. So he really wanted this to be accessible to everyone, but also make there be some exchange so that people didn't take advantage and take it for granted, I should say. Because oftentimes we don't take things as seriously unless we make some commitment on our part. So he wanted to make sure that there was some commitment, even though it's very low and reasonable for everyone, so that we really receive the most benefit out of the exchange with Dr. Pillai. One of the things he said he was going to do is a darshan, like just a silent darshan of Ganesha. And he's never done that before. So I'm really excited about whatever transpires around this new webcast that Dr. Pillai is going to do. We have no idea. So whatever we're putting on that sales page is all we know, because Dr. Pillai is always in the moment, and he will deliver us whatever Ganesha tells him to deliver us. And that's all we need to know, right? So you just show up. You just show up, you pay your $9.97 or whatever it is, and let Ganesha and Dr. Pillai like do their magic on you. So I hope that you all will join that as well. And that is airing on noon, I believe, Pacific time, September 12th, because we're trying to span as many time zones for the fourth moon as we possibly can. So we're airing it early enough so that that all around the world, the fourth moon will be something that people can watch this during. And I'm not sure if it's live. He said might be, it might not. So we'll have to see. We never know. We never know around here. And then there's also the rituals at Pillai Center that you can take advantage of. And like I said, there's a lot of, if you've been around, there's always something happening. There's always some ritual or a remedy service, power time every month, several times a month. But there are a few throughout the year that I do not miss. And this is one of them. This year I bought the Elite package, really went for it. And the pricing this year is actually quite good. I think it's less than last year. So for all of that you're getting inside of it, you're getting coconut smashing, which is amazing. So transference, this energetic transference of you into a coconut, or your karma, I should say, into a coconut that then gets destroyed. And I've been in India when they literally break thousands of coconuts. It's incredible. The energy is like off the charts. So those are your proxy coconut breaking. Then there's the clay Ganeshas, which I just love. They're these little, you'll see the pictures on the site, but they're these little, literally made out of clay, maybe, 4, 5, 6 inches tall. And you have like a few that are designated to you. And the rituals, the remedies that happen is that your karma goes into these little clay beings. And then, and they're sitting there like the whole time during the 3 days of, ceremonies that happen, and collecting your karma. And you can energetically think about, putting your karma in them. And then at the end, they all get placed into the ocean and dissolve. And don't worry, it's all environmentally friendly. So it basically goes back to its earth goes back to the earth. And anyway, I just love that concept. And it's very unique, and we only do it this one time per year. Then there's different power spots. I think there's 7 different temples and power spots that we'll be performing these remedies at, so you get the benefit of those because your name, your birth star, so like your energetic representation is going to those locations on this big day of Ganesha. So if you can't go to India or a temple or something, then don't worry, you know, by proxy, your energy is going there as well. And Dr. Pillai just went to India, and so he's going to be in India on Ganesha's birthday too, which is very exciting. I kind of had a feeling he might do that because he never really wants to miss being in India on Ganesha's birthday. So we're all connected to him, and when he goes somewhere and he does something, we get those benefits. So he's going to India, he's going to be participating in all the Ganesha remedies and doing his own travel, whatever he ends up doing. So we get that too. And then there's fire labs, which Dr. Pillai says is the most powerful ritual that you can do. So we'll benefiting for that. And then there's group fire labs for the essential and enhanced. And then there's even individual fire labs for the elite and elite plus. So lots of amazing things happening. Pick your package. And so the two things that I would encourage you to do on top of all the free stuff that I mentioned is if you have any funds to put towards this big event, I would definitely enroll in Dr. Pillai's webcast, so the $10 there. And then pick one of the remedy packages, whichever one calls to you. And like I said, there's 4 of them. And you can pick, and if someone has the link, you can please show it to our friends in the chat room. Yeah, starts at $49 US, and for the essential and enhanced is $125. Elite is $289, and Elite Plus is $869. So I did Elite this year. I'm really happy with that choice. And like I said, it's one of the only, you know, I do several per year. This is one I never definitely miss. So thank you for being here and joining me on this and getting to know Ganesha a little better. There's there's another webinar with a different teacher, with Sarah, who goes into a lot of information on the times of connecting with Ganesha. So you can go ahead and watch that. That's a separate video. There's all the Ganesha videos from Dr. Pillai. Please be watching those and preparing yourself. And now I'll go ahead and see if there are any questions in the live chat that I can answer. Are there any questions? Oh, good. And there's thank you. There's a Ganesha Facebook group. So please add yourself to that. We talk about Ganesha all year round in the Facebook group. So that's really a wonderful place to go if you want to learn more about Ganesha and connect with him. Are there any questions? How long has Ganesha been involved with Earth? I have no idea. It's a great question. For as long as Earth existed, maybe you can tell me that. I appreciate your enthusiasm. What are the best times for coconut smashing, and what days would be best? Okay, thanks, Tom. The best times for coconut smashing is the 4th moon. So you'll need to know either on your app, you can get the Hora Watch, Astroved's Hora Watch app, or if you have an Astroved calendar, the 4th moon, either waning or waxing, and the 14th moon, waning or waxing. Okay, for Ganesha in particular, regarding coconut smashing. And then the days of the week, Dr. Pillai has said that Sundays are good days for Ganesha. But every day is a good day for Ganesha, really. When do we get email notifications to sign up? I'm not sure what you mean, Patricia. Sign up for what? Someone's asking about which galaxy is he from? I don't know. Dr. Pillai hasn't mentioned that. Fran is asking me if I'm particularly attracted to Ganesha or why this birthday ritual is so important to you. Yeah, 2 reasons. One is Ganesha is good for everyone, and particularly I do love him, right? So he's one that you shouldn't forget, okay? Because you don't want him to forget you. And so, and because we do such elaborate remedies and rituals for him, I feel like you can't let that, and it's once per year, and Dr. Pillai is so connected to him. To me, it's just, of course I have to do that. Of course I have to participate in Ganesha's birthday. Can we continue coconut smashing if we have particular problems? Yes. Definitely, you can smash a coconut every day, by all means. Someone's asking, does he really look like an elephant around the head, or is that symbolic? So there are different forms of Ganesha. And in the remedies that we're doing, there's 32, I believe, forms. 32 forms of Ganesha. So I really encourage you to read about the mythology. Dr. Pillai says to go to use the mythology as mythotherapy, and it'll start seeping into your consciousness. And there is a story of how Ganesha's, he was a human, looking like a human anyway, in heavens, and his head was cut off by Shiva, his father, and replaced quickly with an elephant's head. So that's the mythology. And then there's also a form of him in his original form, with his human head. So you can see, look those up and see which one maybe you're attracted to. And Silka is asking, what are good food offerings for him? I heard mangoes. And can we eat it afterwards? Yeah, he loves mangoes. Thank you for bringing that up. So when I mentioned offerings to Ganesha, I'm not going into the elaborate, like how to make all those different offerings. I think Sarah does in her webinar, but mangoes are definitely good to offer. And there's these little rice puffs, sugar, and little dried chickpeas, like roasted chickpea. He likes that as well. But mangoes are pretty, I think, more accessible to everybody. What is the name of the Ganesha course that makes you irresistible to attracting things you wish for? It's called Ganesha Decoded. Ganesha Decoded. What people are asking, what hora is best? You can use the sun hora. I can't get coconuts where I live. Is there anything else I can smash? A pumpkin, perhaps? You can try that. What is the best offering you can offer Ganesha during this? What is the best offering you can offer to Ganesha during his birthday? You can definitely offer mangoes. If you have a little statue or some sort, you can do a milk bath, like I mentioned, abhishekam, for people who know what that is, or hydration. If you don't have milk, you can just do water. And you want to make him offering flowers. So orange flowers if you can, or red. Food, candle or ghee lamp, incense, some water. So do a whole, what we call puja. And someone put up a blog as well for some more information. Yasmin says, love my Warrior Ganesha course. Also, it's wonderful. We are chanting daily 108 times his mantra in Facebook Manifesting with Mantras. The group energy is accelerating an overall effect greatly. Everybody can join in there. Good, thank you, Yasmin. So someone's asking for the Ganesha courses. Excuse me, Patricia, asking for the Ganesha courses. If someone can put the different links in, that would be wonderful. We can add them to this page also, because there's several different kinds. So you should just read through and see which one you're attracted to. Someone's asking, since you did it before, I'm assuming you mean me, and there are new obstacles or things that did not change from last time. So, excuse me. So, yeah, in life, we're continually creating karma, and hopefully we're removing it too. And when we, to remove it, we want to participate in these types of remedies, these rituals, these things that help us to clear away obstacles. Now, is my life obstacle-free? No, but I also have thoughts every day, right? I'm creating karma as well as hoping to clear it by doing these remedies. So I would hate to think what my life would be like if I wasn't doing all these things. So can I pinpoint, what has changed and what hasn't? No, I can't, because it's all very dynamic. We're doing these remedies, removing karma, as well as chanting, and then also thinking and creating more obstacles and karma as I go. So I can't, there's no, measurable formula or equation. But I do know that the more I clear myself out, and the more I chant, and the more I connect with these divine beings, and the more serious I become with it, then the more changes I can see in my life, and I can see them happening more quickly. And there's no doubt for me. Okay, someone's asking about Mystery School. Mystery School will reopen it'll start again in January of 2019. So you'll be hearing about that maybe November and December. There's someone asking for prayers regarding the floods in Kerala. And yes, by all means, please let's all pray for everyone around the world who is having hardship with Mother Earth and a variety of tragedies that are happening. And Ganesha can help remove obstacles for those people. All right, trying to see if there's any other questions. Why do you do it every year? Why not? Why wouldn't you? I don't know. I think there's some conversation on the chat about crushing flowers. Yes, if you don't have a pumpkin or a coconut, you can take flour and use it the same way, like putting it on your body to absorb energy and then crushing it and throw it away, washing your hands. It's just another transference, like a sacrifice. That thing is sacrificing its life, whether it be the flower, the pumpkin, the coconut. Tom's asking, how do I smash coconut for someone who needs assistance? In the past, what I've done is my grandmother was ill. I gave her this coconut. It's actually really cute. She had dementia and she was pretty out of it, but I just handed her this coconut and she knew what to do. She grabbed it and like put it on her head and I didn't tell her to do anything. And she sat there for like a couple of minutes and it was the cutest thing. And then I took it with a plastic bag because once karma has been transferred into a coconut, you don't want to touch someone else's coconut. So I grabbed it, I put a plastic bag around it, and then I went outside and I smashed it and threw it in the garbage. So if you're assisting somebody, you want to create some distance energetically and physically between you and the coconut or the object that you're using to assist them. Now with Ganesha's coconuts, you don't need to roll them all around. You can literally just hold them next to you and pray to remove obstacles and ask for Ganesha to come and accept this sacrifice and then break the coconut. When we do coconut smashing with karma removal, it's a different process. And I'm not going to get into that, but just for Ganeshas, you don't need to roll it all over your body or anything. You can just hold it. You can actually just, one time I saw Dr. Pillai just hold it over his head and then smash it. Pray to Ganesha and then smash it. So there's a question about Muruga and Ganesha, the relationship. Well, they're brothers. So there's lots of different mythology. There's a really cute story about them. They have some kind of sibling rivalry. So you could read stories about them, but they're brothers. And they can also work together. Ganesha should always come first whenever you're doing your prayers. Dr. Pillai talks about that in his videos as well. All right, any other questions? So there's a lot of talk about coconut smashing, which is great. So you can start doing that at home. You can order them to do it on your behalf as well. Let's see if there's any questions on YouTube. Yeah, again, more to talk about coconuts. Interesting. So yeah, you can smash, if you don't have places to smash it, you can smash it with, someone's asking about if you can smash it with a hammer. If you live I used to live in New York City and I would put it in a plastic bag and smash it on the sidewalk or try to go to, down the street where no one was and then just throw it in the garbage. So there's a will, there's a way. You want to keep the juices away from your home as much as possible. You can do it on your property, but like someone was talking about out their front door, I wouldn't do that because you're accumulating that energy in your front door. I would go away from the house a bit. All right, it looks like we're covered all the questions. Okay, good. So the Ganesha Decoded courses link is there. And good, I hope that we've covered everything and that this was useful to you. And 12 more days before Ganesha's big day. So please you can join the Facebook group and join in on the mantra challenge if you want to have yourself be a little more accountable to other people, as well as the group energy is always fantastic. You can join one of the courses, or you can simply chant Om Gum with the technique that I gave today and watch Dr. Pillai's videos and prepare yourself inwardly and even outwardly. You have a little altar that you can create for Ganesha and kind of be welcoming him into your life more and more. So So that's it. I will talk to you soon. I hope this was helpful, and let us all ask for Ganesha's blessings, removing obstacles internally, externally, for everyone watching, for everyone who needs assistance right now, for anyone having any sort of trouble or tragedy. And we ask for Ganesha to reveal beautiful, beautiful things about ourselves, the world, and our life. Namaste, and we'll talk to you soon.